Hi everyone, and welcome to another one of Alan's Angling Adventures. It's Sunday the 26th of September, and once again I'm back up the River Adur. Conditions today, I must admit, look absolutely brilliant. They do look good. Those of you that watch my videos will know that I've fished 200 yards up from Betley Bridge on the odd occasion. I'm back up here again today. But I'm a bit nearer the red gate, which is just there. I don't know if you can pick it out, but I'm a bit nearer the red gate than I was last time. What I was going to do, I wanted to fish the same peg as I fished before when I had those two bream, because I've fished there a couple of times now, and I've lost something. I've lost several decent fish in that, in that peg before. So I really wanted to give it a go, but I've just tried to get down there, and it's a bit too stodgy. It's too awkward to fish down there, so I've come a little bit further up, which is a very similar peg to the one I've fished last time. It's down there. I'm just away from the bank at the moment. I'll give you a closer shot once we get down there. I've already seen what I think is fish feeding just in front this clump of reeds here over the far side in that corner, but I'm going to be waggler fishing today on one rod. Waggler fishing on one rod, and the other rod I'm just going to have out as a sleeper rod, basically hair rigged with a string of corn, as I did before when I had those two bream. Just leave it out there and see if anything happens. It's very humid, it's very muggy, so conditions are really good. The water's got a nice colour to it as well. It's got a greyish tinge to it today, and it really does look in really good nick. I don't know whether we're catching anything. Hopefully we will. Hopefully we can catch something anyway. I won't be fishing up here next time. Next time I'll be fishing a different part of the river. But I did really want to come up here again because, as I say, I have lost a few really decent fish on this stretch, and I want to try and see if I can get one of them. So I had those two bream last time, which I was really pleased with. If I can catch them again today or something like that, I'll be well happy. There was a couple of fishermen fishing at Streatham on my way over the bridge today. A couple of bivvies up. I wonder how they're getting on. But anyway, we're here today, and let's see how we get on. I've got to set up, so I'm going to get everything set up, put a bit of bait out there, and I'll run you through. I've got a new rod as well today. I've got a brand new rod I'm going to try out. It's a feeder rod, but it's a stronger feeder rod than the ones I normally use, just in case I do get something a bit, bit bigger. Because if I do, I could be in trouble on these rods. They're all right. Don't get me wrong. I think they can take. They could take a chub of about £6, £7, no problem. But if I did happen to get anything half decent, bigger than that, then I could be struggling. But anyway, I'll show it to you in a minute, and let's get sorted out, and I'll see you very soon when I'm down there fishing. Well, let's quickly just show you my new rod. Get this out of the way. As I say, I wanted something a little bit stronger than what I normally use, just in case, especially when I know there's bigger fish in the peg. So this is a midi bomb feeder. You can see it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up very well. It's twin tipped. You've got two tips to it. One's a bit stronger than the other one. It's two-piece. It's two-piece, as I like my rods two-piece, and it's 9 foot, which is absolutely spot on for what I like to use. You know, I don't like using big rods, especially on the rivers up here. I just find them cumbersome. But I mean, everyone's got their own idea, their own, you know, preference, haven't they? But for me, I prefer a smaller rod in these tight swims, and I prefer two-piece rods as well. I always seem to find the two-piece rods a bit more expensive on a lot of them, but this one cost me 25 quid. So it's a midi bomb-proof rod, feeder. It's a feeder rod, and it's pretty powerful as well. It's pretty good. It's got a good tip to it. So I've got two tips. This is the stronger one of the two, and we're going to have this out there just in the channel as I did before, with a string of corn hair rigged, and just see if we can pick up something half decent. And the other rod I'll be fishing on the waggler just out there. So enough of me waffling on. Let's get set up, and I'll see you down there. Right, I'm all set up, ready to go. What I'll do, I'll run you through what baits I'm using. Pretty basic today. Red and white maggots, would never be without them. So that's those. I've got sweet corn for the hair rig. Got that. I've got a pint of casters, got those. I've got some mixed pellets that I've had left over from other sessions, which I should just use up today. Odds and sods, as he says, as they're all falling out on the floor. Anyway, that's those. And ground bait wise, I've got some bream mix. Because I know there's, as I say, there's this stretch, you know, it's definitely bream up here, and nice bream as well, which I'll be well happy if I can catch a few of those today, or even a couple again. So I've got Pro Natural bream ground bait, which I should put a couple of balls of that in a minute. And I've got just to use as a loose feed, some monster crab boilers, which I've just put down where the hair rigged corn is. That's it. So I'm going to get a bit of ground bait put out there, a bit of loose feed, and then we'll get fishing, and then hopefully we can catch some fish. On the float rod I've got a 6 pound main line, and I believe it's 5.2 pound hook length, and I'm using a size 18 hook, a wide gaped one. I was thinking about fishing straight through today, straight through on the 6 pound main line, but because I've had a bit of trouble the last few times I've gone losing fish, decent fish, on my hook length. Now it hasn't been going, I've always put my hook lengths on loop to loop. It's not there that it's going, it's the actual hook, and they're pre-tied hooks. Drennan, these ones were, which are normally really good, but their stuff. But I have had a few problems recently, and I say it's actually been going where the hook is. The hook's been coming, snapping. I don't quite know why that should be, but anyway, I've got midi hooks with me today, or midi hook length. See how that goes. Extra strong. Right, I think we're just put a few casters in. I ain't going to put any maggots in the ground bait, just a few casters. Where's my hand towel? God, I wouldn't be without this, I tell you. Absolutely, conditions are spot on today, they really are. No wind, not a breath of wind, overcast, mild, very mild. Let's see if we can catch something. Put a couple of balls of this out there. One more for luck. Make it 3. We'll let that settle down for 10 minutes before we start fishing. Right. Time wise, let's have a look, see what the time is. I've got a feeling it's probably around 9, about quarter past 9. 7 minutes past 9. I'm here till about 2:30, 2:30ish. Right, we'll let that settle down for a bit, and we'll get our hair rig out there now with a string of corn, and I'll show you a bit closer what it's like. Right. Now I'm going to be float fishing out there, anywhere out there. Probably, if I can get the float out there, just this side of that clump of reeds out there. A lot of the lily pads that were there have now died back. I say this isn't the peg that I fished last time. It's a bit further up, nearer the gate. And then I shall have the hair rig. I'm going to have the hair rig just down there in the channel. Similar sort of spot to where I had one of those 2 bream last time. Because my thinking is, anything half decent that comes up there or comes down there, you know, where it's so narrow, the chances of them seeing my bait are really high. Whether they'll take it or not, I don't know, but you know, you must have a good chance. So that's what I'm thinking anyway. So I'm just going to have my hair rig corn down there, and then it's away from my float rod then. Right, we'll be fishing in about 5 minutes. Just drop this, literally drop it in that channel. You get in a comfortable position. It's always exciting on the first cast. You don't quite know what's going to happen. We're going to kick off on a couple of casters anyway, and we'll take it from there. out the way, I'm getting bites. In straight away. Oh, great stuff, what a good start. Mr. Roach. That's great stuff, good start. Hope you can hear me from back there. It's a bit awkward setting my camera tripod up. It's a bit up and down here. Well, a nice little start. First cast and a roach. Right. Once again, I've got the problem here of leaning over with the landing net because I can't get close to the water's edge because it's really dodgy. So I'm having to lean across to net any fish. So, well, we'll see how it goes. With a good start. So I'm probably not going to get much on this rod. If anything, I don't know. We'll see. That was on double caster straight away on a size 18 hook. It's a little bit cramped here, but as the session progresses, I might end up putting the feeder rod out there, but we'll see how it goes. They're certainly there at the moment. Fish number 2. Right, the old roacher there, fish number 2. Another roach. So that's 2 fish in 2 casts. As we quite often know on the river, you quite often get them to start off with and then it goes quiet. We'll see how it goes today. This is all on caster at the moment. And fish number 3. I'm getting a bite of cast out there at the moment. So nothing of any size, but all roach as well. And all on caster. Let's try a couple of red maggots, shall we? losing half of them. We get home and find I've got a load of maggots going my trouser leg. Alright, double red maggot. Let's see what we get on here. We're certainly having it today at the moment anyway. Fish number 4. Little rudd this time. A little rudd. Yeah. So that's 3 roach and a rudd. That's 4 fish in 4 casts. And I haven't loose fed any maggots out there yet either. Let's put a couple of balls of ground bait out there. Oh, loads of bites. No, not this time. Loads of bites. So you couldn't wish for better conditions in this, but as I say that, I reckon we're going to get some rain. It's looking like it over there. Try a single red. I do give a chance of a shower today. Well, still on the 4 fish, 3 roach and a rudd. Still getting plenty of bites though. Tell you what I will be interested to know, and that is there's a match going on up here in about a month's time. I think it's something like the 24th of October, something like that anyway, at Betley Bridge. So I don't know what's exactly where it is up here, but I'll be interested to know how they get on. Hey, best one so far. Well, the biggest nice rudd. Look at that, look. That's fish number 5. Great stuff. Little tap then on the feeder rod. What we'll do, we'll have another cast, and I think we will have a cup of tea. First one of the day. And I'll have a little think about what to do. Well, that was better. Right, fish number 6. And it's an equaliser for the rudd. It's rudd 3, roach 3. There we are. I'm going to have a think, because although I'm quite happy catching small stuff, I want to try and get something a bit bigger. I may certainly go onto the feeder in a minute. What I'm going to do, I think I'm going to have a cup of tea, and then I'm going to shorten the trace up a little bit, because I am slightly dragging the bottom, and then we'll see how we go from there. Yeah, time wise it's about 25 past 10 now, so I've had 3 roach and 3 rudd, nothing of any real size, but still nice to catch them. I'm just having a cup of tea now, and then I'm trying to have a bit of a think of what to do. Whether carry on like this for a bit longer, or switch to a feeder. Christ, that was lightning quick. I had to be lightning quick for that one as well. Well, I don't get much smaller than this. There we are, look. Ain't exactly going to pull the rod in, is it? In you go, mate. Yeah, right. Alan, put your thinking cap on. You might have a change of plan. Or I could go along the lines of putting a bigger hook on and putting a bigger bait on, you know, like a bunch of maggots or something like that. 3 or 4 maggots at a time. So I'm only using a size 18 hook. Oh, that was a touch on the ledger rod then. Worth keeping that out there, might as well. Got nothing to lose by it. There's that 4 rudd and 3 roach. Swing them over, it's a bit difficult. Roach number 4. Roach number 4. And these are all more or less coming just this side of them clump of reeds up there. I was hoping I could catch some bream. I'm hoping there's some bream about. Or at least some bigger roach or rudd than what I'm catching. I'm not being too greedy, because, you know, as I said to you before, you get days when you don't catch nothing. And you're well happy to catch fish this size, anything, you know. I think what I'm going to do is going to possibly just come to the bottom a bit, see if that makes any difference. sometimes, you know, a little tweak to the rig can make a big difference. Let's try that. Let's try that. Right, we're a little bit shorter now. I was just over depth before, so I've come up about 4 inches. Still the same stamp of fish. There we go. Well, a little bit of a breeze picked up now. It's a southerly, so not too bad. Persevere for a little bit longer on this. There's plenty of them out there. There's a bite then on the corn on the ledger rod then. A few taps. I've lost count already. This is probably, I don't know, if we say fish number 10. They've all been roach and rudd up to now. Definitely getting some bites on the string of corn now. Definitely something down there. This is what happened before when I had those 2 bream. Before I actually got the bream, you had these little taps and bites before the main event. Here we go. Yes, I think there is something there. Ah, not on there. It's a shame. It's definitely worth persevering with. That's definitely worth persevering with. Yeah, it's definitely worth persevering on that ledger rod, I tell you. That was a proper bite, that was. Maybe I should have left it. The weather keeps coming over a bit threatening. There are definitely some decent fish to be had up here, without any doubt about that. The amount of times that I've come up here, I mean I've fished up here loads of times now, probably up on this stretch from Betley Bridge, between Betley Bridge and the Red Gate. I can't remember how many times I've actually fished up here, but a lot. And I've never ever seen one person fish up here, apart from a pike fisherman walking along the bank. Apart from that, I've never seen anyone fish up here. I think one of the main reasons for that is that the car park is a fair way from here. It's too far really to walk with all your gear. So for someone like me that's got a bike, it's on the reed. Got it. For someone like me that cycles up here. Oh, hang on. It's a bit of an advantage. Fish number 11. I think I'm going to make a change. I think I'm going to put a feeder rod out there and see how we go from there. I mean, I don't mind catching these all day long, but I really want to see if I can get something a bit bigger. So we're going to make a slight change now and get my feeder rod out, and I'll get back to you in a minute once we're feeder fishing. Sounds like we might have some canoeists coming up there. Yep, it is. Bring your rods in. Bring your rods in out. I thought we might have had at least one or two up here today.
Yeah, it's nice to have the box, especially with the fireworks at the end. You can just sit there in the warm. Yeah, have a cup of drink. Yeah, I guess you can get served there or something. Yeah. I'm hoping that we normally get there quite early anyway, so I'm hoping that we'll just get there early and they'll be like, cool, you're in this.
It's alright, mate, there's nothing else. I'll reel them in. It's alright.
You caught anything yet? Or?
Oh, just some small stuff, mate, that's all.
Yeah.
Roach and mud, you know.
Oh, nice.
But, yeah.
Nice and quiet until we come. Probably don't see too many kayakers down here, do you?
Not many, the odd one or two, but...
Have a good one, mate.
Cheers, mate. Right, let's get back out there again. Let's get back out there again. Right, let's get the feeder rod out. Because I think this is where we've got a really good chance of catching something half decent. It's the Guru Gripper 28 gram feeder on here. Caster in the ground bait. And I think we'll have caster on the hook as well. Right, let's try that. See how we get on. Right, let's see how we go from there. Definitely think this is the way. Well, I could have caught plenty of those small stuff. I mean, it might be all small stuff on here, you know, but we'll see. I might have missed a trick today, not bringing any worms or bread with me. I think if I keep putting maggots and caster on there, I'll get plagued by the smaller stuff. Let's see what the time is. It's 20 past 11 now. I don't mind catching the small roach and small rudd, you know, on the float, but I want to give myself a chance to catch something a bit better, a bit bigger. Obviously in the winter months, when it's colder and that, I'll be grateful to catch them without any doubt. A little bit of rain in the air now, a bit of drizzle. Let's see if a bunch of red maggots can tempt something. Straight away, lots of taps and cool. Well, a bit bigger. Certainly the biggest one so far, so that's encouraging. That's encouraging. That's the biggest one so far. That's on a bunch of red maggots, so maybe that's the way to go. And that was fish number 12. This weather looks a bit threatening, I must admit. As soon as it hit the water, that went. So about 12. I've had about 12 fish, roach, all roach and rudd, probably about even Steven really, 6 of each, something like that. Hope this rain holds off. Hope it ain't going to be much. The old rain's coming down a bit now. Hopefully it won't be too much. Well, the rain's coming down harder now. Just had a rudd, fish number 13. Right, I'm going to have to cover my camera up. That rain seems to have stopped now. I don't think it's going to be too much. Hopefully it won't be. Well, the shower's stopped now, thank goodness. We're still on 13 fish at the moment, mixture of roach and rudd. I really do feel though that I should be doing better than this. You know, you can't grumble about the conditions today, the weather conditions really, they are good. Straight away the rod tip goes. It's all small stuff though. Don't really know how to get through them. Doesn't matter I go on the feeder or the float, it's still the same, more or less the same stamp of fish. This is number 4. Oh, be careful. This is a rudd and it's number 14. Well, it's getting on for about 12:30 now. I just get this feeling that if I'm going to catch something decent or half decent today, I'm going to be lucky, because I just don't. Sometimes when you go fishing, you get this feeling. And I just don't have it today. Even though conditions are really good, I don't. It's just the way that it's gone at the moment. It's just all small stuff. You know, all the bites, no matter what I put on the hook, or whether it's feeder or float, it's still those little taps all the time, roach and rudd. I had one bite earlier on that could have been chubby, but I don't know. So you never know, quite often it's in the last hour or two, isn't it, that you pick something up. Well, time wise, it is actually, I've got it wrong there, it's bang on 12:30 now. Bang on 12:30, so I'm going to have a bite to eat. I'm still on about 13, 14 roach and rudd. But I've got corn out on both rods now. Just leave them out there and see what happens. Right, it's a bit of a struggle. As I said before, I could have stayed on the float and carried on catching small roach and rudd, which would have been nice, but it's nearly 1 o'clock now, so I've probably got about another hour and a half. I did have a decent bite on the hair rig about half an hour ago, but it wasn't on there. I've had a couple of decent bites on there, but haven't been able to hook anything. I'll say my next session definitely won't be up here. I've got so many places. I really have. I keep saying it, but there's lots of places that I want to try. So I've got corn on both rods. I don't see much point in keep putting maggots and plasters out there, because they're just on it straight away. Now if I want to have any chance of catching anything half decent before I finish today, I think this has to be the way to go. I haven't got bread or worms with me today, so I might have known I wasn't going to catch a lot today. Once Chelsea lost yesterday, they're my team. Once they lost yesterday, I thought, oh blimey, that ain't a good omen, is it, for fishing? But I've still got a bit of time left. Could still winkle something out. So those bream I caught a little bit further down, they were more or less in the last couple of hours of the session. I will be interested to see how the match goes up here. I think it's about 4 weeks time, but I don't know where they actually fish it exactly. It says Betley Bridge in the handbook. I don't know how they get up here. I'm not sure when I'll be going again. Probably be about another 3 weeks time now, I think. But it won't be up here. It's somewhere else. There we go. I really thought there would have been some bream about the day. So I really wanted to fish the peg that I fished last time, but water was quite too stodgy, you couldn't fish it. That's what I mean, you come up here day to day, the river, it just changes the way it looks and everything. It doesn't seem to look the same 2 days running. Definitely roachy rudd bites. Well, we've at least got a third different species. And the first perch of the session. No monster, but at least it's something different. Great stuff. Oh, I think that's what's about, I don't know, 15 fish, 14, 15 fish, nothing of any real size. We keep on persevering, and you never know in this game, especially on the river, because anything could happen. Anything could turn up at any moment when you're not expecting it. Away again. Cool. Ah, not this time. They certainly are on it down there. Footing on these riverbanks. It's all over the place. Cool. Bloody hell's bells. I don't know whether the camera picked that up, but that's probably about the most exciting thing that's happened today so far. Oh, I hope I've got the camera on. Bloody hell, that just shows you done it. They are down there. They are there. It's obviously the way I'm fishing, or the bait I'm using is just something that isn't quite happening. Cool, I wonder what that was. And that was right where my bait is as well, right where I've cast it in. Well, not far short from there. Actually, I'll tell you what, after seeing that, I wish I could stay here a bit longer. Just seeing that has gave me a bit of, you know, a bit of confidence that you might catch something. I wonder what it was. Sure if the camera would have picked it up very clearly, I don't know, because it's a fair way back. I'm just wondering if it was a pike. The only reason I say that is because I've got a bunch of maggots on here, and for some reason there's no taps or anything this time, as if the small fish have disappeared. But it could have been, I don't know. Ooh. There we go. Is it on there? No. And the maggots spat up the line. There we go. This roach, and it's all small stuff, just snatching at it. If I was to strike on that, it wouldn't be on there. Oh. Oh, it certainly is warm now with that sun, I tell you. It really is strong. We're going to give it another 45 minutes and that'll be my lot then. At least I've caught something, you know, I haven't blanked, but I was hoping for something a bit bigger. Jesus, that sun, it's really strong. I don't know if it's me, but I always feel that when I was younger, I don't remember the sun being as strong and as powerful as what it is these days. Even in end of September, it's quite potent. There we go. It's looking increasingly unlikely. It's looking increasingly unlikely that I'm going to get anything half decent today, or even get the chance. Let's check the time, shall we? Quarter to 2. I'm probably gonna, I think I'll give it till 2:30 and then we'll pack up. So another 45 minutes, and the summary of the session is, up to now I've had about 15 fish, all roach, rudd and one perch. Apart from that, I haven't had anything else really. I've had a couple of bites that probably were something half decent, but you can't be sure of that. That was on the ledger rod. I tell you, just don't know how to dress these days. That's the thing, when I come fishing, I bet some people think, why is he sitting there with his with a thick jumper on? Well, it just keeps changing. I just don't know, you know, like this morning we had that rain for about 10-15 minutes, and now it's blazing hot sun's come out now. The thing is, with this game, you know, you have to come prepared with everything, you know, like with waterproofs. I always have to wear these up there because it's so, it doesn't matter where I fish, I always get muddy or something. There we go. Again on the ledger rod. It's always more exciting on that because it could be something decent. I've got to just leave it. Just leave it. That seems to be the thing with when I put this string of corn on, like last time. I think I get into a false thing that because when you're putting maggots and casters on, you're getting bites every time you put it out there from small stuff. When you put something like a string of corn on a hair rig, you've really got to be prepared to just sit there and wait. You know, and eventually, quite often, something does come along. I don't know what that was, but no. Oh, I caught something, 5 different species, a stickfish. Right, one more cast, and that's my lot. Finish off with one more fish, which will take me on to 18 for the session. Still got plenty of ground bait there. Here we go again. I'm wondering, you know, when that decent fish jumped out earlier on, I wonder if there's any way that I could sort of freeze frame it, slow the action down a bit, and be able to freeze it and see if I can see exactly what it was. I don't know whether I could do that or not. I might look into that. Don't know. See, it all depends how it's come out. I actually wish I had a zoom on this camera so I could just zoom in, you know, but I haven't. So I'm 23 minutes past. So another 7 minutes to go, and then that is my lot for today. I have enjoyed it though. I always do enjoy it. Always do, whether, you know, no matter whether I catch much or not, I always enjoy it. It's the excitement of thinking I might catch something, you know. It's nice and peaceful up here, it's lovely. I'm just hoping that one of these sessions, one of these days, I'll catch something brilliant, something really good. I think I will, you know, if I keep putting the effort in coming up here, keep coming, you know, eventually. You know, when I say something decent, I mean something like, I don't know, a chub of about 5 or 6 pound, 4, 5, 6 pound. A nice bream of about 7, that'd be nice. Any sort of carp, a roach of £1 or more, same with the rudd, a nice tench of about £4, 4 or 5 pounds, you know, anything like that. That's what I'm really, that's what I hope to catch every time I go. But a lot of my sessions seem to be small roach, small rudd, small perch. Occasionally I'll get bigger stuff, but that's why I was so delighted with those 2 bream I caught. You know, although they weren't my target species, the carp, you know, to catch them, I was delighted with that. Oh, what's this? No. Didn't look a bad bite, that. Marvellous. Bloody marvellous. When you know. Oh. Well, it is on there. And I'm going to finish off the session with this. I thought it was bigger, but fish number 18. Well, we started off with roach this morning, and we finished off with roach. Oh well. So that's it then. About 18 fish. Let's put her back. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I have enjoyed it, as I always do. I'm packing up now. So we ended up on 18 fish, about 18 fish. Mixture of roach, rudd, 1 chub, 1 perch, and a stickfish, which I've never... Yeah, so I did enjoy it. I must have, I did enjoy it. I probably enjoyed the last couple of hours more than the rest of the session. I can't explain why, but I felt more hopeful in the last couple of hours of catching something decent than I did the rest of the session. I've still got my ledger rod out there, but the feeder rod I've bought in. I'm going to start packing up now. Well, thanks very much for watching. Enjoy your own angling, and thanks very much to those of you who have subscribed to my fishing channel. You know, it's really is appreciated. Thanks very much for that. And I'll see you again on the next one, which will probably be in 3 weeks' time. As I said before, I'm not sure where yet. It definitely will not be up here on this stretch. Not for a little while now. I'm gearing more towards chub fishing very soon, so it may well be a chub session, the first one of the autumn, but we'll see on that. And I'll catch up with you then on the next one. Bye for now.